What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Okay, we're coming back to the Pixies. Yes, indeed, the Pixies fans feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. This is a request from Sid Martin and Wink Windle. They both wanted to see me react to this song by the Pixies called Gouge Away. Have I heard the song before? No, I have not. I'm really not all that familiar with the Pixies. I've heard a couple of songs from them before in the past, but I honestly don't remember them. So, no, this is not one I've ever heard before as far as I know. Now, look, there is always a chance that I may have heard this song in passing, and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I go, wait a second, I've heard this before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by Sahori, and the video has 6.1 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Pixies, Gouge Away. Exceptional performance. It says, look, it says it right there in the title. Exceptional performance. We'll see. We'll see about that. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
That bass player is right on top. Yeah, bass player's playing with a pick. Take it. Okay, good place to pause. I think he's gonna start singing here. Steady drum beat, nothing too simple. You know, 2s and 4s. A lot of hi-hat work. Very steady though. Bass player, very steady. Yeah, 8th notes. He's doing so. Bass player's doing an 8th note pattern. Very, very steady, especially with the pick. I know this is gonna sound blown up, like I'm making a bigger deal about it than it really is. But for me personally, number one, I'm not a big fan of playing with picks. I don't like playing with picks. I mean, there are times I have to, you know, if the song calls for it, like it really needs that percussive attack that a pick can give you. Obviously, I'll do it. I'm not a fan of it, and one of the reasons I'm not a big fan of playing with picks is doing that, just playing straight 8th notes. I have, it is a little bit of a challenge for me when it comes to playing straight eights, with the pick. I do have a tendency, me personally, I have a tendency to rush a little bit. I have a tendency to, a little bit when especially if the song is upbeat, I have to really pay attention. I have to really lock into the tempo because I will have a tendency to rush sometimes when it comes to using picks. This bass player is right on it. I know I've been very critical in the past about drummers playing in time and bass players playing in time. This bass player is doing an exceptional job. And I know a lot of people well, it's easy. It's not that hard. What the bass player is playing is pretty simple. Note-wise, you may be correct as far as where the left hand, is doing as far as note selection, but for the placement of the note, the rhythmic pattern, the timing of the note placement, this bass player is spot on. Absolutely spot on. Rock solid. You can set your watch to it. I mean, it's that solid. I'm really impressed with the bass player so far. Guitars filling out, adding some ambient sound, which is kind of nice. When you're doing the 2s and 4s pattern with the drums and you have straight 8s on the bass, that's going to carry itself. You don't need the guitar to push the song or carry the song. You could use the guitar to fill and provide color and stuff like that. That's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Let's keep going. Let's see where this goes.
Gouge away, you can gouge away, stay all day if you want to. Some sacred questions, you struck my life. Some marijuana, you got some gouge away. You can gouge away, stay all day if you want to.
It's catchy. Yeah, I see the appeal of the song. It's I don't know if I would go as far as to say it's hooky, but it is catchy. I do see the appeal in the melodic line of the vocals. I do see it. That part in particular, I think he's saying you can gouge away. You can gouge away. I can hear that. It's catchy. It's catchy. What's really catching me more than anything else, honestly, the bass and drums. They're just constant. Just absolutely constant. You really could set a clock to it. It's that solid. It's driving the song forward. It's moving the song along. It is providing a great context for the rest of the song to follow. It's really good. It's really good. I'm pleasantly surprised. I actually am. I'm very pleasantly surprised. It's not quite what I was expecting. In a good way. In a very good way. Let's keep going here. Let's finish this out and we'll get to the review.
You can gouge away, stay all day if you want to.
What does this have to do? What? Yeah, whatever. Advertisements, aren't they wonderful? That was surprisingly good. It was, I'll be honest with you, that was better than I was expecting. Well, I'll explain more in the review. We'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was the Pixies with Gouge Away. This was a request from Sid Martin and Wink Windell. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 7.8. Yep, 7.8. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
This was better than I was expecting. I wasn't expecting this. First of all, knowing the little that I do know about the Pixies, and I know very little about them, I was expecting a song with a little faster tempo. If I'm being honest here, I was expecting a song that was going to be a little more upbeat, a little bit faster, you know, as far as tempo goes. Not necessarily as feel goes, but as tempo goes, I was expecting something a little bit on a faster tempo side. Having said that, that slower tempo, it worked, and I'll tell you why it worked. It worked for two reasons. First of all, we gotta start with the drumming. That simple 2x4 pattern, very simple. You know, the kick on 1, snare on 2, kick on 3, snare on 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and very light, not slamming on the drums, just lightly hitting the drums just enough to resonate and come out and be noticeable. Very tastefully done, and it left him room dynamically that when the song did grow and it did get louder, he could increase in volume with it. It's very smart drumming. It's very smart drumming, very dynamically aware drumming. Way to use those dynamics to develop the drumming pattern, more importantly, develop the drumming sound and presence within the song. So, great job on the drummer's part. The other thing that was really noticeable for me was the bass playing. You talk about rock solid, and like I said, playing with a pick, I can't stand it. I hate playing with picks. I really do. Me personally, I feel like playing with a pick kind of limits me because I'm stuck using my fingers to hold this piece of plastic. And, you know, utilize this rather than just use my fingers like I'm used to doing. I mean, like I said, I'll use a pick if I have to. If the song calls for it and it requires me to do it, I'll do it. But I have to really focus on beat placement and note placement and subdivisions more than when I normally just play with fingers. So I give this bass player all the credit in the world for utilizing the pick the way that she did. And rock solid bass playing. I mean, she never rushed, she never dragged, she was right on those 8 notes every single time. The consistency of her playing is top notch. I mean, it really was. Guitar playing, very tastefully done. Nothing that stuck out like a sore thumb. Nothing that made me cringe. The more I'm talking, the more I might change my score. Let me finish. Let me finish talking. I might change my score here. The guitar playing was nice. Great use of color. Very dynamically aware of where to be soft, where to be loud, how fast to crescendo. I mean, a lot of people were like, it's not that hard to play louder. You're right, it's not that hard to play louder, but knowing how much you need to grow and how far you need to grow, you need to have a real clear understanding of the song. And both guitar players, fantastic job on both of their parts being aware of that. Vocally, I like the dynamic between the grit and growl and the overdrive and the clean. I like it. He did a fine job when he was singing melodically. Sounded really good. A little breathy, but I think that might have been the effect he was going for, because when he got loud and when he kicked in, it was supported. It was really supported. It was very strong. Honestly, the more I think about this, you know what? I am going to change my score.
You what?
Hold on. Give me a second here.
Are you kidding me?
Not that high. I not quite that high. Okay, yeah. I like that. Okay, so I have officially changed my score. All right, I officially changed it. Let's make it official. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give, believe it or not, I'm going to give that an 8.1. Yep, there we go. Yeah, actually, now that I've changed it, and I think about everything I said, that makes a lot more sense. That feels better. That feels better. So, we're going to stick with it. 8.1, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you'll enjoy the show. Hopefully, I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, that did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you did enjoy the show and you'd like to see more videos like this, feel free to join the fan base by clicking on that button down there. Yeah, you know the button I'm talking about. Click on that button, join the fan base to become one of us. Now, for whatever reason, if you don't feel like clicking on that button, that's okay. I still respect you. Also, if you did enjoy the video, please feel free to give the video a thumbs up. It'll do me a world of good, and it will do you absolutely no harm whatsoever. Finally, if you guys do join the fan base, you will find a bell down there that you can click on. By clicking on that bell, it'll keep you up to date on everything happening with this channel, including when new content gets dropped. So, if you want to stay in the know, click on the bell, and you'll stay in the know. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Until next time, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.